Matilda Valentina. Matilda's popped up a couple times, especially when you have the Barretts. Ends up coming into this third game. So you got a lot of mobility with this. Well, I'd say, you look at Aurora Gaming's lineup, and that is the ability to move around the map very quickly. Again, we don't know what map we're going to be playing on. Yeah. But if it happens to be, I don't know, Expanding Rivers or whatever we get here, Aurora Gaming can move quickly, but that's what the Rafaela does too. You get that speed boost, and they'll cap it out with an Esmeralda.
Okay, the Esmeralda is a decent answer, I feel like.
This, I know there's multiple fans for both teams here in the arena. Only one can move forward, and one's going to be knocked out of Games of the Future 2026. Aurora Gaming, their sights are on the final, but they got to get through Team Falcons. We'll see which team pulls on through.
Oh, yeah. Matilda is an interesting tech here for Aurora Gaming. Like you mentioned, it allows you to move around the map easier, and also there is the Barretts that you combo it up with, but at the same time it's decent versus assassins in general, because you also can help your teammates, right? It doesn't matter how you save your teammate, either through extra shields or the guiding wind, but it's also always annoying for any kind of assassin like the Nolan to not be able to eliminate his targets quickly. Because that means that he might go for an extra dash just to position himself better. So overall, decent tech that we see from Aurora.
Yeah, that's what we've seen so far. Every time that Matilda is brought up, you kind of got a way to weave into these fights, and interesting interaction too, just because you have a Harley there. When he uses space magic, kind of going into these fights, out of these fights, but then can guiding wind out of it too. It's one of the advantages of it. But I would say Team Falcons, they know how to deal with this. They know how to deal with the Matilda. They've kind of experimented with their own ways to make this hero work, but nonetheless, first turtle is up, but they're going to go for a fight anyway. A Daytona's welcome from Luna, right on target. First blood going to the hands of TNZ, and now turtle for the taking. That is going to be a revive, though. So Ogwin will be back up. I'm not sure if they're going to be able to stall this enough. As Kyle's working on this purple buff, he might be able to go ahead and swing into this fight, but he's going to be blocked by Lunar as TNZ gets the turtle. Retribution going to be used. Guiding wind on out, but Lunar might not be able to escape. A Fatal Link's going to be used. They crash down once again in the jungle, and they're able to pick up another kill. A huge switch down with a Blazing Duet, but a Fatal Links again. Everybody being thrown into the air, and they'll disengage as Aurora Gaming tried to fight back in that one.
Did you see the value out of the Rafaela, the way that they were healed up after that very long team fight that we saw from Aurora Gaming? There were so many times that you felt like Aurora Gaming already has the advantage because they were trickling down the members of Team Falcons. Even Sigiboom going in there with the Blazing Duet, a full stack of the Art of Thievery, it wasn't enough because they were just healed up with one pop of the skill coming out from Haji. So Team Falcons are utilizing this composition well. Atlas plus the Rafaela, it's very annoying because they just have good synergy with each other. You can see that the Rafaela can speed up the Atlas, so the perfect match will have a lot more coverage, and then you're not as squishy as the Atlas because of the heals coming up from the Rafaela. In turn, you will have the Frigid Breath activated even more. So it's like this is such a good combo that Team Falcons were able to concoct.
Yeah, I feel like they they came up with this combo that works really well, but Aurora Gaming, they kind of answer it too, just by simply having a Matilda, and that's why, we talk about it so much when the Matilda does come up, just how much advantage it kind of gives in a way, but eventually, just like we saw in the last team fight, you have to not only worry about the healing and mobility that Rafaela gives to a team, but it's also that revive factor, and Aurora Gaming is one of those teams that made this happen just recently on the international stage in Paris. So they know how to handle it. This second turtle is up. But now Aurora Gaming with control. Ogwin trying to go ahead and put some pressure up on this front side. He's going to get eaten up, thrown into the wall. A Blazing Duet's all we're going to be used to. Where they're breaking out. Ogwin's going to be the one to go down. Not sure if they're going to be able to actually commit to this turtle, though. But with one down, Team Falcons at a disadvantage. Still going to be fighting for it. The muddles drop down. The guiding wind is there. Now Kyle jumping forward. They take quite a bit of damage from Rosa, but Turtle secured. It's going to be traded out, though. Aurora gets 2 for 2.
The difference now is that Lunar was able to land that Bats ultimate, and oh my goodness, Bats are just so deadly. There's just way too much damage that you get out of one combo from the Barretts, and then the extra stun that you get. You're just out of the fight for what, 3 seconds, including the stun, including the animation of the Barretts when you're getting eaten up with the Idolness welcome. It's so disruptive, and that's the reason why Team Falcons are winning the fights.
Yeah, Team Falcons keeping it even, you know. Despite not getting any of the turtles, they're really just finding the gold and XP that they need across the map.
Yeah.
No big lead being built up here. They need some more time to go ahead and get this itemization underway. But the same thing is happening here, and this is a crucial item being picked up by Pagu right now. He's got the Flask of the Oasis online now on the Matilda to go ahead and help a little bit more there. But I think one of the most difficult things for Team Falcons too is what we were saying, and why Lunar, when he got his Barrett's pick, the hero he's been able to do so much on, it's getting past this big dinosaur, you know? I mean, the potential for him to just set things up is too much to deal with right now.
Yeah. And you can feel it. You can feel it with the confidence that Aurora Gaming exudes right now. Especially with 4 of their members here up top. They want to position themselves to get a push, and then the bottom lane getting freely farmed by this Claude. There's no real estate that Team Falcons are happily taking right now. Aurora Gaming are happy with this. It's like they're controlling the map by being so aggressive.
Yeah, they're really controlling the map. And that's, you know, what we were expecting when you're on expanding rivers with a Matilda. Oh, they're going to find a lockdown. A Fatal Links. Ogwin caught in the brush. Taken down again. Falling for the 3rd time. And that's going to result into the 3rd turtle going over to Aurora Gaming.
Very bad positioning out there from Ogwin. You have to stick with your Rafaela, I feel like, if you are playing this Atlas elimination match. Again, another Barrett's initiation, but this time there is Team Falcons to back him up.
Oh, they're there to back him up. He's trying to get away here, but he can't. Lunar slowed down enough. A kill picked up there for Super Marco. They should be able to go ahead and result into getting this tier 1 turret down. Meanwhile, Aurora Gaming looking elsewhere across the map where they can to put pressure. Kyle eating up that deadly magic, but he's going to be fine. So good response. Again, Team Falcons, despite Ogwin getting caught now 3 times, they're still able to find what they need to across the map. As long as they maintain equilibrium in terms of itemization and farm, they're okay. It doesn't matter if Ogwin continues to get picked off, because the rest of the team is still able to go ahead and get what they need. But obviously, Ogwin, he needs that Flicker Fatal Links combo. Like, that is going to play a big part in them winning team fights. Aurora Gaming's just doing such a good job. Once again, they make a move on Flap, and he can't survive that one.
No, even through the healing, Haji, not enough. Aurora Gaming are leading by a little bit of gold, actually, right now. But I think Sigiboom being untouched all throughout all this mess, that means that they are just getting so much value out of their gold. They are now about to take their 2nd tier 1 turret. Super Marco almost alone in this bottom lane. Ogwin is going to be there to catch up. There's some benefit to Haji's speed boost, actually, that they allow Ogwin to just get into a defense for the team. But Rosa...
Oh, there's a setup. Fatal Links. Ogwin going to be in trouble again. He's trying to get away, but Sigiboom goes in with the Blazing Duet, but it's Tienzi to get another kill. Just perfect timing. Ogwin's gone. He's going to be brought back into the game with the revive. They have to, because the Lord is now up. Oh, whoa, Flap. Whoa! Oh, Flap's trying to get away, and he just gets terrified and then stuck in a corner. Now Flap is gone. Team Falcons, do they take the risk to try to stall this Lord out? Oh,
well, they're trying to take Tienzi, but Tienzi gets away.
What a move.
Kyle outplayed. And that means that Aurora Gaming will have the distinct advantage into this Lord fight. Flap is still 5 seconds away. Fortunately, this time he will have the Purify. right? Because earlier he didn't have it and he was face checking Aurora Gaming, which is apparently a mistake there. Coming out from Team Falcons now. Does Team Falcons know how to play this around this Melissa? They only have one tanky dude because right now Esmeralda is not yet that tanky. And it would only take some anti-healing coming out from Aurora Gaming to make Flap feel squishy. So we'll see. How can they peel for Super Marco this time?
Let's see what happens. I mean, even the front line is dealing with a really difficult time to actually eat some of this damage that's being thrown at them. Flap's really trying to. Marco takes some damage. They got to rely on the heals from Haji. Holding on to that tier 1, but again, Flap in trouble. Eating the deadly magic, he's going to be fine. Gets the heal. Now Ogwin going to be in trouble. The Terrify so good as Ogwin goes down again. And there you go. Aurora Gaming fought for this Lord, and they will secure it.
It only took... Oh, that's why. Enchanted Talisman onto Flap. That's why I feel like why is he very, very squishy. I don't know if that is an error or something, but Team Falcons will not appreciate that item of Flap. You see, being taken out so easily this game. There's a shutdown though. Kyle sneaks in, takes out Tienzi. Big goal going in his favor. That's a 4-kill streak, but Aurora Gaming still has the distinct advantage over Team Falcons.
It's a good shutdown, man, but again, Team Falcons really has to make work for this. They can make it happen. Still, Kyle going in for the burst. He's going to have to go ahead and disengage. Rosa up on the front side. Super Marco unleashing. There's a fatal links they're going to come through with. They go in for the stun of the Holy Baptism, and now Luna trying to get away.
Oh my God.
Muddles to zone him out, man. Talk about the team fighting with these compositions. It's such a pendulum, Wolf.
That's right. And this time, we can see Matilda saving one, and then Lunar just popping the ult as well as the flicker just to get out. Aurora Gaming are sustainable. Team Falcons did not have enough damage during that time, but they did have to commit 2 of their battle spells. So 2 battle spells for 2 battle spells. And now you talked about the tug of war between the 2 teams. Aurora Gaming are leading though. Super Marco on the back lines. There is the heal for Haji from Haji. It's gonna be fine, but the push up top commences. Aurora Gaming. They have taken a way better trade for that one. Now they're ahead by 1,000 gold.
And I love this. This is basically, you know, Filipino Ube versus Turkish Delight.
Oh,
2 compositions, you know, just going at it here. Both have their own sustainability and mobility to work with, and that's why the team fights are the way, and I think that's going to get them exactly what they're looking for. They go for Lunar into the fatal links, and now, oh no, Flap's going to get in trouble again. He's just not tanky enough. A blazing to it into the team fight on the backside. Kyle could be in trouble. Now Pagu looking to take down Super Marco. He does have to pop the Purify. He gets away, but they're pressured in, and Super Marco can't get away, but Siggy Boom is actually the one that's punished. He thought he could take out Marco, but they will get a tier 2 turret in the mid.
Yeah, so much action going in there. So much micro movements coming out from teams that eventually went in favor of Aurora Gaming. Had it not been for that takedown on Siggy Boom, Team Falcons would have a disastrous fight because Super Marco looked to be eliminated there. Just a few seconds from getting taken out, but a little bit of an overextension from Siggy Boom. Kyle and Super Marco were able to punish. However, a big takedown because they're Aurora Gaming still took out 3 heroes. They got a lot of gold from that. And then the mid lane turret as well. There's so much that Aurora Gaming were able to achieve. Now the Lord fight commences. And Aurora Gaming have set up their long lane way better than Aurora Gaming did. You can see TNC onto the back lines.
Oh.
Is Kyle ready for this?
I think he is. They know.
They know.
TNC, he's just there, standing in the middle of the lane. Rosa waiting too. If they can just go for a Terrify from Rosa. Ogwin gonna go ahead and spot that out. The Fatal Links are grabbed though, so Rosa, that's what they wanted. They get the Fatal Links. They're setting up for this Lord Dance. And this is probably going to be the best Lord Dance that we've seen so far in the series, just because of this nature of both compositions here.
That's close. It has been close.
Oh man. Haji, half health, off the deadly magic. They want to go for Lunar. They're going to go crash down on him. They're looking for him. Daytona's welcome, able to buy them time. They're going to go in and spit him out. Kyle waiting for an opportunity here. Owen could be in trouble. There's the Fatal Links with the Blazing Duet on the backside. The go away from me, and Flap is still going to be up until he's not, as Tienzi takes him out with the deadly magic. Haji could be next. He gets the speed boost with the heal, and now Rosa trying to buy some time. They could just go for the Lord unless they push in. The revive comes through for Flap. So they're still in the fight here. Super Marco is still up. Oh no, Tienzi goes in with the deadly magic. He has the heal, but Super Marco's trying to heal back up by hitting the minions. He has enough to stay alive. Oh my goodness. Again, Team Falcon still in contention for this Lord. It'll be enough to push off Aurora Gaming. And now they're going to be the ones to start it up. Aurora Gaming wants to get here in time, but it's Kyle and Team Falcons to get the Lord.
Aurora Gaming already had the advantage. They were winning the fights. In fact, they had a man advantage over Team Falcons, but one resurrection coming out from the Rafaela is enough to fend off Aurora Gaming, because the reality is Aurora Gaming have spent a lot of resources, so did Team Falcons. So when the even trades happen, you have a resurrection that will put you in a little bit of an advantage. Eventually it was just a 4v4, but Aurora Gaming did not have the resources they had. If you look at Team Falcons, they have a lot of low cooldown ultimates, low cooldown resources. Apart from the Atlas, of course, they have the Nolan, who's always fight ready, as well as this Melissa. It's unlike the Claude that relies on the Blazing Duet as well as the Purify. The Melissa, only a second skill is enough for him to output the damage as he is doing right now.
Now Super Marco's got the Malefic gun, a little extra. TNZ. They're on the backside, potentially looking to take out Marco, but there's a response by Kyle. They're going to spot him out. Tienzi has to go ahead and get out of the brush. They already dealt with the Lord, though. Whoa, Kyle. Going to burst that damage again. The deadly magic is deadly at this point. I'm not sure if they're going to be to the base turrets just yet. Looks like a tier 2 is all they can get. Even that mid lane still stands.
It's a war of attrition now for both junglers. And most importantly, they want to, both teams, they want to force some ultimates. Like if you force the deadly magic and it doesn't kill anyone, then you're okay. If you force the Fatal Links and no one dies, it's also okay. When there's no Daytona's welcome, Team Falcons are happier. So they're going to be happy to trade their Fatal Links for the opposing Daytona's welcome. And I feel like that is what Team Falcons are going for. But we'll see. That still is risky. Team Falcons may have taken advantage of the situation, and now they will be able to get a push up top too. The lead is now in their favor, but at 18 minutes, 1,000 gold lead is not that much. This is now going to be a close game.
And it's been a close game up to this point, Wolf. You know, the back and forth. Filipino Ube versus the Turkish Delight is what we're seeing in Game 3. We asked for a game to get to the late game and for an evolved Lord, and we're finally going to get it. That Lord will be up in about 30 seconds, and Ogwin picking up an immortality. The man's has been working. 7 deaths on this Atlas. It's been such a difficult time for him, but the same can be said over for Lunar, as he's been the one to try to set things up at the Daytona's welcome, you know, and Pagu is more of this supporting role where either they have to go ahead and be sure they can disengage when Team Falcons pressures them with that guiding wind. This is going to be a big point. Wind of Nature now available for Siggyboom too. He has been going into these fights without that Wind of Nature. Now it's available, so he can go for that Blazing Duet. He's going to get his stacks. Oglin's going to go ahead and see this. Patiently waiting for that brush. Once again, TNZ towards the back line, and Kyle's going to wait as well. They don't have to show. Kyle goes forward, so TNZ's going to spot him out. If TNZ can make something happen here on Kyle, they might go for this burst. Once again, Evolve Lord, much slower take because it hurts when they get hit by this, or they don't want to get knocked up. But Seal's used. They're going to go for it. Flicker forward. They're looking for the Holy Baptism. And now Tienzi on the backside. He goes for Kyle, but he's spotted out. And now Tienzi in trouble. Team Falcons was waiting for the moment. And even with the immortality, he's trying to get away. Daytona's welcome into him. So Tienzi will survive with Aurora Gaming on the backup. Meanwhile, the rest of the team still fighting it out. Siggyboom taking the buff. And we're back to square one.
It's immortality that they were able to pop. This is very close, Naisu. And I think Team Falcons have understood the fact that TNZ will always go for the backline play. Siggy Boom now caught.
Oh no, Siggy Boom
Does have the Purified. Can he survive? Yes, he can. There's the Matilda to aid him in that case. And they're going to be happy popping the Blazing Duet actually for Team Falcons. And they're waiting for their timing. Kyle does not have the purple buff. He himself will try to go for the backline, scouting out all of these bushes. You gotta be careful now if you're Team Falcons. They're scouting every single thing. They're checking every bush.
They want Lunar. They want Lunar. Fatal Link's going to be used. Kyle going to have to join this fight. Haji's already gone. TNZ just unleashing from the side. They're going for it, but Flap is gone too. And now Super Marco trying to stay alive. Ogwin as well on the disengage, but TNZ's going to be able to chase him down. Kyle splitting the fight up. He's able to find Lunar. And now on the run, Ogwin. He still gets back to base, and Super Marco will survive too, but Ogwin finally falls. They're going to chase down Kyle. They have a guiding win with Siggy Boom. They're trying to slow him down, and Kyle on the escape, and TNZ's looking for the cutoff. Can Super Marco get here in time to help him out? He's trying, he's bobbing, he's weaving, and Super Marco will keep Kyle from dying there.
Oh my god, what is this? We were waiting for a close game, and we were granted it, and with all of that happening, with the kill onto Haji first, the Rafaela taken out as the first victim of Aurora Gaming, it was enough for Team Falcons to lose complete control. They did not. They weren't able to defend their mid lane. Now they want to fight this, but the Lord is already low.
Oh, Kyle attempted, but now they're going to go for Pagu. Pagu gone for a whole minute. But Aurora Gaming, they were able to secure themselves the objective. So now, where do they go from here? Do they start approaching the base? Do they wait for Pagu? They should be able to go ahead and delay this enough for Pagu to be up and Aurora Gaming to make their move.
What an intense game, Naisu, that we're seeing right now. Team Falcons and Aurora Gaming on a different level, in fact. Pagu is soon to respawn. You've already used your resurrection now on Haji though, so I immediately wanted to wake Ogwin up 21 minutes into this game. Gotta be careful. Super Marco actually getting full push back. And Aurora Gaming are not gonna overextend or anything. They're not even baiting Team Falcons right now.
Yeah.
Gonna be happy just to collect the Lord for themselves. Losing Pagu meant that they weren't able to win the team fight, but they did take out the mid lane turret, and this will always be impactful in the latter portions of the game. Although you wanted your long lane to be pushed back or to get the side lane pushes of the inhibitors, there is a little value for taking down the mid lane, as you would always be pushing back.
Cool. They're trying to catch TNZ. Whoa, a flicker, fatal links, and they find TNZ. They're able to go ahead and find the jungler, but Siggy Boom charging up in that mid lane. They're going to have to go back to defend into that push. So even with a pickoff, 50 seconds for TNZ to be up just in time for that Lord to spawn. Team Falcons, they're going to wait for this wave to make its way to this bottom turret. They want to at least get a base turret down, knowing TNZ's not here. They're going to have to go in. They put the pressure. They go for Lunar. They're keeping Siggy Boom from going back. So they get the base turret. Now, Kyle, this is not a fight he wants to take. He just wanted to delay Siggy Boom from getting back for that base defense. They've got to reset for this Lord.
I don't know how they did it, but they found the kill onto TNZ. But at the same time, Aurora Gaming were scattered around the map during that time, as you would expect. It's just the flicker coming out from Ogwin that caught TNZ out, and Rosa wasn't there to defend. Nobody else was ready to actually help out TNZ during that time. They didn't have the immortality. A flicker will not be available for Ogwin for 30 more seconds. And fortunately for Aurora, the lane that was pushed out was the bottom lane, which is the short lane of this Lord. Opposite side though, Team Falcons have built up a slow push. You gotta be careful about that if you're Aurora. And then Falcons are now clearing the wave in the middle. So this is a good setup for Team Falcons all in all.
Yeah, we'll take this time for this. At this point, we are in our longest game here, Games of the Future 2026. There's the fight initiation, circling Eagle, Super Marco, trying to stay alive here. He already popped the go away from me. The rest of the team's gonna actually protect him. So Lord's gonna go for the reset. Both sides expending some resources for this one. Not sure if Team Falcons want to go for something here. Look at the placement for Rosa. Swinging back around. Might be looking for a cheeky play here. The top lane already cleared. Rosa going to be spotted out? I don't know if... I think Rosa was spotted out holding on to the Fatal Link, so Team Falcons pushed off it. Ogwen's going to go check this brush out. He's got to get Rosa out of there. So once again, the dance for this Lord, man. 25 minutes in.
What an intense game that we're seeing. Each player trying to outplay each other. The team... Both teams, they know where to position themselves, and it seems like they're mind-sweeping every single bush. A long lane push is important, and it's going to be set up by Aurora Gaming right now. They now have the advantage of this Lord dance.
Quarter of health on the Lord, a bit of a knock up there too. Lunar's quite low. He's going to have to make something happening. They're going to go there. There's the blazing duet coming out from Siggy. Boom, and a Fatal Links to take out Haji and Super Marco and Aurora Gaming. That's all they needed. They win the fight, and now Kyle has to run to the base. Pagu's there, and the rest of the team, he's got an immortality. Do they just go for the Lord, or they go for the end here?
It looks like they want to end because there's 5 of them. And Lunar's ultimate is up right now.
No, they gotta go for the Lord.
They have all the tools. Oh my god, Pagu, what a play. With a circling eagle on the right target. They want to go for the Lord this time. They want to keep it safe. They know that they will have the advantage come the push, especially if they force out this purple buff. Kyle, you gotta be careful. You're overstaying. They're overstaying this time, and now they're getting chased.
Oh, that's so risky. They're going to be going down for Flap.
There you go.
Immortality going to be popped here. He can't survive that. Flap goes down. Fatal Links into the turret. Siggy Boom's there to help out. Gets out with the guiding wind, but this evolved Lord is coming through, and Flap is down for 65 seconds. They can't stop this. Aurora Gaming sees the win in sight. Team Falcons tries to delay the Lord and bring it on through, but Kyle as well has to see Ogwin down. Now Haji reviving, going for this play. Lord is still up. Team Falcons trying to make it happen, but Super Marco, can he turn this fight around? Kyle's gone, but Aurora Gaming's working on the crystal, and they will make it happen to defeat Team Falcons.